6th goal in as many games. And here's Ritchie heading a lovely goal, sadly for Leeds, much too late.
Ond bu'n rhaid i'r cysau glas am ddiffyn am y rhan fwyaf o'r ail hanner. Kevin Hurd yn croesi, Dwyer yn clirio ond roedd Lorimer yno, gyd wych ganddo fe ond yn erbyn y bar. Rhybydd i Gaerdydd. Ac yna'r gol, 2 munud cyn y diwedd, o'r gornel I draed Andy Ritchie, yn ten cysgodi'r bel I roi cyfle i'r eilydd George McCluskey.
The fans inside Ellen Road full of anticipation, but they don't quite know what to expect from this Yorkshire derby because both clubs have been unable to finalise their team until this morning. Leeds manager Eddie Gray, now without his brother Frank, who's been ruled out for the rest of the season, but pleased that number 8 Scott Sellers passed a fitness check today. Sellers, one of 4 18-year-olds in the Leeds 12, and so is number 4 there, Dennis Irwin, whose own goal cost them the match at Newcastle on Wednesday. Today he'll be at right back, but plenty of experience around him, in the shape of goalkeeper David Harvey, who's 36 and also the team captain, and 37-year-old Peter Lorimer, who needs just 1 goal to break John Charles' club record. Very consistent marksmanship, and this could give Sheffield Wednesday 3 points, but Leeds will come back at them in the last few minutes. Sellers. And Rich is there! They came back straight away! Sellers with the cross, Ritchie the header, and Sheffield Wednesday caught sleeping but appealing for handball surely. Was it his hand? That's the big question, because when the cross came in I thought it was the hand of Ritchie, and the goalkeeper thinks so too, and the referee must surely speak to the linesman. It looked to me as though it might have been his hand and not his head from here. Mike Lyons has said come away, they're going to consult. But there's a moment of controversy here. What's going to happen? A goal's been given. They've given the goal to Andy Ritchie, but there will have to be a question mark as to what part of his anatomy put the ball in the net. Martin Hodge was nearer to it than me and the referee, and the way he reacted made me think it was hands. 8 minutes to go, 1-1. Electric match we've got here now.
They celebrated a new club goal-scoring record set by Peter Lorimer. The previous Leeds record, 154 league goals by the great John Charles, was broken after Leeds, already 1 up, were awarded a penalty, as Donnelly was upended in the box by Oldham's hooligan. Perhaps it wasn't exactly the way Peter Lorimer wanted to break the record, but this successful conversion of the penalty took his total to 155 goals. And that really is a marvellous effort.
Now for Lorimer. Leeds still building methodically. Irwin. With some height in the area. And it was from Watson. And from Brighton. Tommy Wright just squeezed it. The header from Wright, and Leeds have taken the lead. 5 minutes to half-time. Goal number 4 for Tommy Wright. The long cross came over, just got what appeared to be the faintest of touches, and it went in off the post. We're now inside the last minute of the half. Now Sheridan for Leeds. Lorimer. Leeds having plenty of possession, but haven't yet turned it to any good use in the second half. Sheridan. Watson. Thought about the shot, instead finds Irwin. McCluskey's in the middle, so is Wright. Watson arriving, it was over Humphrey. Here's Wright. Flowers on his line. Lorimer! Makes it 2-2. The cross from Irwin was too long for Humphrey. When Wright steered it back over, Peter Lorimer, the grand old man of Leeds, was there to knock it in. Here's Tommy Wright, showing good composure, pulling it away from the goalkeeper, and Lorimer right into the corner. Frankie Gray's clearance. showing there, perhaps right. Pender couldn't prevent it crossing the line. And young Tim Flowers holds his head. He chased the ball, really, he couldn't keep it. The long clearance from David Harvey. Palmer turned it back, and Flowers lost it. How quickly Wright responded, and his cross, well, going in anyway, and Pender into the net. The goalkeeper who made an outstanding start to his league career, but he had to be at fault then.
Veteran Peter Lorimer, now in his 23rd year with the club, hammered home the equaliser. His teenage teammates weren't even a twinkle in the eye when he made his debut in 1962. So the final score, Leeds United 1, Sheffield United 1.
Forward there by Gray. The referee looked to the linesman. There was no flag. This is Sellers. She got the rebound, and here's a chance for Wright. It's a goal for Leeds. Oxford were victims there of their own mistake. The ball was carelessly given away. Andy Ritchie picked it up, pushed it through to Tommy Wright, and he puts Leeds into the lead. Tommy Wright, the top scorer, but he's been going through a lean spell recently, in recent games, hadn't scored in the last 9, but he was very sure of the way he pushed that past Steve Hardwick to put Leeds in front. Gray. Right to the left, Ritchie on the other side. That's for Wright. It's a good ball too. And here's Lorimer. 2-0 to Leeds. And the teenager made it for the veteran. Gray got Tommy Wright going down the left. And the 18-year-old who scored the first goal crossed that beautifully. Hardwick couldn't cut it out properly, and in came Lorimer to score the second for Leeds. Leeds' all-time record scorer, nearly 38, but still deadly, especially from that range. And that's Lorimer tussling with Rhodes-Brown. I say, that's Aldridge and Lorimer, and Aldridge's reaction there left Lorimer holding his face. I never touched him, says Aldridge. You could see him say that. Now, the referee's got to take a view on this as to what really happened there. No doubt about the two players involved, Lorimer and Aldridge. Lorimer claiming that he was struck in the face, it would appear. And Lorimer still showing his anger. And he looks as though he's being booked as well. And has he sent Peter Lorimer off? He's sent Peter Lorimer off. He looks mystified. Aldridge has been booked, but Lorimer, Peter Lorimer, the veteran player of Leeds United, 22 years in the Football League, and I've never seen him in that sort of trouble before. He appears to have got the worst of it physically with a blow on the lip, but he's been sent off the pitch. Whether that's for his part in the incident initially, or whether he said something to the referee afterwards, in the heat of the moment, it's difficult to say from here. Aldridge. A chance for him again. Oh, I say. They call him the second division Ian Rush. It doesn't look unlike him, actually. But my word, he knows where the goal is, just the same as the Liverpool striker. Actually, he was born in Liverpool, John Aldridge. And the Leeds supporters have lost their heads completely now. Sad memories of a minority letting Leeds down in the past, and they've done so again.
When manager Dave Bassett came to Ellen Road, there were no empty seats. Over 46,000 saw the Southern League Wombles take on mighty Leeds. Peter Lorimer was in the Leeds team that day, but a ghastly mistake changed all that. There seemed no danger from Harvey's clearance until Martin missed his kick. Tommy Wright thanked him for the invitation to go on and shoot the equaliser. It was a mistake that turned the tide, and when Gary Hampson's long ball sprang the offside trap, Andy Ritchie took it on the chest, Wimbledon took it on the chin. Martin and his fellow defenders were struggling to contain Leeds now. The pace of Wright was too much for Morris. The little Scot got away from his pursuer, and Ritchie arrived to roll in the cross, gratefully. But the best goal of the lot had everything. First, a touch of tenacity. Then an air of arrogance, and a classic curling finale. Scott Sellers, the scorer, best of the season, said some Leeds diehards. By now, Wimbledon were wishing they were back on the Common, if not in the Southern League. And the defence was nowhere to be seen when Sellers celebrated that goal by setting up the next. Andy Ritchie's hat-trick just 4 minutes later. As a contest, it was all over. It was a fine cross, producing a superb header from Andy Ritchie. But Ritchie was then carried off. He's certain to miss Friday's cup tie against Everton. And a 5-0 victory over Notts County. It took Leeds a long time to get their first goal. That eventually came just a couple of minutes before half-time when Andy Ritchie rolled the ball.